talk mental health. Pastor Dolly, all right, 100% increase, you know, in the number of patients admitted into psychiatric hospital for this year alone. And I was having this conversation with a colleague, and he made me understand that for them to put out 100% is actually more than that, that this is just being conservative because of things we see going on around us. What's your perspective really on this issue of the rise in cases of mental breakdown amongst Nigerians?
Well, I want to also add to the 100% to say that there are still so many in their homes that have not gone on
that have not
admission.
even oh wow,
so that have probably not been
diagnosed yet.
Diagnosed, so people don't know why they are behaving the way they are behaving. It is mental health issue. Things are difficult. You see, we cannot deny this fact that things are not okay. People cannot afford things. It's difficult for people to feed. Every now and then, personally, I get messages from people. Most time, I'm even scared to go to Facebook Messenger because there are messages waiting for me there. The moment they are just like monitoring when she come online. Let's quickly block her. And it's for, oh, I've not eaten since morning. Or I have medical fees to pay. Or I have school fees to pay. Me, sir, I not pay my own again. And you have so many that are there, and their needs are genuine. These are not people that are just asking. These people, they are genuinely in need. They are just everywhere. And the way some can handle situation, not everybody can handle it because they don't know any better. Because they don't know any better way to handle their situation. So just go off their mind. In an attempt to solve their problem, they don't have anywhere to turn to. They cannot even think of a way out.
They lose it.
They just lose it because they can't think of a way out. They just lose it because things are hard. We must say it the way it is so that we don't tend to want to, for those of us who are people of faith, yes, we confess what we want. It's not the same with us, with somebody else, because the way I would react to a situation, it's not the way the person
someone else out there will react.
Going to react.
Okay.
The other person might just react based on what he's saying. So if we want to go by what that person is saying, we want to say that we need help as a nation. We just need help.
Thank you, Pastor Dolly. All right, let me bring Amaka into the conversation. You are a mental health advocate, okay? So would you want to corroborate the figures put out there by the chief medical director of the psychiatric hospital in Yaba? What has been your experience also as a mental health, you know, advocate? What has been your experience with the issue of mental health vis-a-vis mental breakdown of Nigerians, especially in recent times?
I agree with the guest in the studio there that that rate that is put out there is the number of people that have come, and before, you know, Yaba West, before anybody can go there, it would have become a very bad issue. All right, because our people usually we equate mental health to psychiatric need. Having a mental health need and having a psychiatric need are not exactly the same. When you can have a mental health need, if it's not checked, it could deteriorate into a psychiatric need. All right. Yes, Nigeria. I tell people that even the air in Nigeria is toxified. Right? The air we breathe in, virtually everybody that is living in Nigeria right now, have mental health need. It's just at varying degrees. All right. So what is important is that everybody right now should have a therapist. You should be seeing a therapist every 3 months because it will grow from bad to worse. Yes, we have just gotten the message of the government trying to subsidize transportation and all that. That's the least of the problem of people. There are many people who are not going to travel, right? But because they need to eat before they will raise the 50%. All right. considering what Uchemba said, William Uchemba said, see, the rich are not just crying in this season. Truly, they are dying. I know that one-on-one because when we host our annual African Mental Health Therapists and Influencers Conference, it's targeted at the rich, it's targeted at influencers, it's targeted at leaders. They are not speaking up. Like your guest in the studio just spoke, she has a need herself, but because she's in leadership, everybody is throwing their junk on him or her, right? And she's human. She has her own need. So every other person is bringing what they have and adding it to what he has. It's not a funny place to be. Working with people, I can tell you for that if the right statistics is done, the impact of the impact of mental health issues, or the rate of mental health issues, I beg your pardon, in Nigeria now will be at least 1,000%. At least 1,000%. That's why people freak out at every little opportunity. That's why they shout at every little opportunity. Some people, the people who are dying are the people who are up there. Imagine you can afford it. These are even for people who can afford it anyway, like people like Uchemba. You can afford it. You have paid. Somebody who collects salary monthly, who collects allowances, is asking your estate chairman to come and see him. He turned off the light. Meaning that there's nothing wrong with electricity. At least the ones that we can provide for now. Nothing wrong with it. He just wants somebody to come and give him bribe. That's the name. Let's call it. Somebody needs to pay him and now buy data for their power. It's a pathetic situation. And all the stakeholders, especially the government, need to do something about it urgently. Because truly, Nigerians are dying.
The opinion that 100% increase is actually a conservative figure. All right, Prince Chilaka, thank you for holding on this long. On this issue of rise in mental health cases, you actually wrote an article on this. So I want to hear your perspective on this issue of mental health issues versus how Nigerians are dealing with it. That's for Prince Chilaka, please.
Thank you, Patience. First and foremost, it's unfortunate that we're in a country where our leaders do not understand what mental health is all about. They don't understand the sufferings of the ordinary Nigerians. They don't understand that whatever decisions they make or whatever policies they make, it affects the generality of Nigerians. You know, it's really, really unfortunate. Nigerians are going through a lot. And, you know, in the last few days, I've been writing something about mental health, the challenges. And I'm looking at it from too many perspectives. One, we have the issue of drug abuse. A lot of people are abusing drugs these days. Some not because they want to abuse drugs. Some because they feel that that is the only way they can get out of the present situation they found themselves. You know, it is painful. It is, you know, you see kids these days drinking all kinds of concoction just because they are depressed, because they are worried, because they feel that they are not getting what they should get from their parents. On the other hand, a lot of parents are also gone into, you know, the abuse of drugs, the abuse of alcohol and all of that, just to get out of that problem that is holding them down. They have the problem of school fees, they have the problem of rent, they have the problem of putting food on the table for their children. So this is adding to it. It's making people to lose their minds, people not to think straight anymore. And like I said, the government doesn't care. Because if you have a government that cares, your senators will not be buying cars of 160 million. Your honorable members will not be buying cars of 130 million. So the ordinary Nigerian that is hearing these figures being mentioned, how do you want them to react? You want them to jump up? You want them to be happy? No, they will not be happy. So this issue of mental health A lot of it derives from the kind of inhuman policies that government is putting out. Earlier, you talked about a situation where you said the federal government is giving a rebate of 50% for those who want to travel by road. And then there's a clause that was added that the flights are not included because they are luxury. The roads are not luxury to the ordinary Nigerians. The roads are death traps. Let us say the truth the way it is. It's not about giving 50% discount. It's about how good are the roads, how motorable are the roads. So these are issues that those in government should be thinking about. How do you add to the value? How do you add to the lifespan of the ordinary Nigerians? How do you make? A few years back, Nigerians used to bounce when they walk. They are so proud when they walk. Today, the Nigerians don't even have the strength to crawl because of the bad policies and because of the greed and selfishness of our political leaders. It is the political leaders that are causing this increase in mental health issues and nothing else. If things were working, if there was electricity, if there was water, if there was good roads, if there was transportation, Nigerians will not find themselves in psychiatric homes or being depressed or committing suicides.
All right, thank you so much, Prince Chilaka. Thank you for that fantastic input. Back to you, Pastor Dolly. Is there any word of advice you want to give Nigerians? You know, because it's a whole lot on everyone right now, okay? But we still must keep pushing on. How would you advise Nigerians, you know, to navigate, you know, this very, very delicate terrain?
Well, what I want to say is that we must understand that you are not alone in this kind of situation. Nobody now can say it does not affect me. If you escape it from, maybe you decided I'm not traveling for this holiday period, I'm going to stay in my state and just enjoy my Christmas with my family there and all that. You will not escape it from food stuff. If you say, okay, I've bought things ahead of time, I have food at home, I'm even in the village, I don't need food stuff. You are not going to escape it from the power source. So in a lot of ways that people are feeling discouraged, disheartened, they've reached that melting point that they really don't know which way. But I also want you to know that there's always way. You see, this phase that we are passing through as a nation is a phase. It's not the end of it. There is a tomorrow for us. We should keep hoping. We should keep hoping for the tomorrow, rather than allowing today to break us. Rather than allowing what we are saying today to break us, we shouldn't allow it to break us. It is when we are alive that we can see the tomorrow we hope for.
True
if
that.
we are not alive, we can't see the tomorrow we hope for. We hope for a better tomorrow, and that better tomorrow actually we will see only if we are patient. Look, do as much as you can be able to do. If you used to slaughter goat for Christmas, you can slaughter chicken this time. If you cannot even afford chicken, if it is fish, my people say that the food you eat at home does not go to announce you outside when you get outside. This is what I eat. And even if it has to announce you, maybe you live in a compound where you have people mixed together. Look, they will talk. Oh, this Christmas, the children did not even wear new clothes. Oh, he could not afford things for the children. If they talk 2 weeks, 1 month, it's over. What they say
1 month
today,
is even too long.
what they say today does not really matter, but what you turn out to be tomorrow, you might just be the one that will be sustaining those same people who will gossip you right now for not wearing the best clothes. You see, it's a thing that I have seen in my mom. I remember those days when we were in school, she had to borrow money to pay school fees. She belongs to a meeting where every year end like this, they will buy clothes and all that. She goes to meet them and say, I don't want to buy clothes, give me my money for clothes. She collects the money so that she can pay school fees for us. Today she's 100 years old and she's enjoying her life big time. She paid the sacrifice. They mocked at her then, but nobody is mocking at her now. People are praying to be like her now. People literally will give me money and say, please give to Ije. They had to pray for me for long life with prosperity and all that.
And good health.
And good health. I want you to understand that what you are going through now is just a phase.
It's momentary.
That you cannot eat
Thank
Christmas
you,
rice
Pastor
now.
Dole.
You will eat Christmas rice tomorrow.
Yes, so
every day will become your Christmas tomorrow. Hope for that better tomorrow, and don't give up on yourself.
Thank you,
don't
Pastor
give up on
Dole.
the society. So,
thank you.
God
And of
bless
course,
you.
giving yourself peace of mind goes beyond the whole Yuletide season. It's not just about Christmas or the New Year celebrations. It's about a lifestyle, how you live your life. All right, don't put undue pressure on yourself if you can help it. What you cannot help, let it be. All right, just be at peace, and let us all be hopeful that things will get better.